It's really strange. There were echoes upon. Oh, I see. Twitch is in the background. Oh, rude. Very rude, Twitch. Very rude.
And look at your hat falling off. It's chaos!
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, well, maybe sometime you'll set up for the stream more than 10 minutes in advance.
Oh, fine. Put me on blast. Hi, everybody. I'm Cheryl, aka Funny Godmother.
And I'm Sprinkles. Oots, 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 oots. Thank you for the
Yay, 86 months of
resubs.
amazing things.
Hi, Egg Strikes. Hello. Thank you for joining us today. Hello, everyone. Hello, William. It's so good to see you. Yeah, bonjour, mon ami. Hello, Krillin. Hello, Demolition. Hello, Keen. Hello, people who I can't see yet on the list of things. Hello. Yes, my hat is not pinned correctly, and I don't know who I should talk to about that.
It's fine. It's fine. The pins they hit me, so it's hard.
We don't need to talk about that existential concept.
Yeah. Is gloved Pikachu new? Yes. Gloved Pikachu came from Christmas. He's one of the Christmas Pikachu. And there's other Pokemon that came from Christmas that are not here because they couldn't fit in suitcases. And
I do deserve better service. You are correct, Egg Strikes. And I'm like behind UI. Like, what even is this? The internet said, you were thinking about wearing the shirt that you have with that face on it. Well, then you're twinsies then. Because look, it's that kind of day. Look at that. Look at that amazingness with the merch.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you for having that. There's like, it's a very limited edition. There's only like 4 of us in the world that have it.
You love this? Thank you. Ooh, Vogue. Ooh, woo. Yes. There is look. First of all, Demolition. You know there's a life-size Pikachu. It's in the other place, the Blizzard place, and we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about it because we don't need one here. We do not need one here. We don't need to encourage that. We do not need to encourage that. No, thank you. No, thank you. No. We don't need any more of that. Thankfully, this place is smaller. You can't just shove one of those in here. You barely have room for your green screen. You barely have room for me.
Yeah, it's true. We barely do. It's a very precise setup.
Oots. Thank you for the gift subscription, Demolition. I made that song. I'm great. Chaos. So Krellin says Chaos Pikachu is much larger than Pikachu. No, why do you make me read these things? Why don't you read these things?
Well, it's interesting. Yes, larger than a normal Pikachu, but then an Alpha Pikachu from ZA, no, not larger than that. So life size now, it just was ahead of its time. So hi everybody. Yes, 100% less blizzards than last week. It's like 58 degrees here in Seattle.
Yes, Seattle knows how to do a thing. I'm dressed for a season that's not existing here in Seattle. We just skipped straight to fake spring. Yeah, we just did that. Crit Twitch bets a pulley system could be implemented. Look, we're not running Phantom of the Opera here, okay? We're not running Pikachu of the Opera. We don't need pulleys. We don't need fly systems. This is fine. Also, it's a rental. It's not a home that she owns. She can't do that. Can't do it. Theater nerd, you haven't gotten snow from all the weather. Well, that's because she hoarded all of it. They had 2 feet. That's like too many feet.
You were excited it got to 25. Well, yeah, if it's 25, then that's almost too cold for snow at that point. It's weird, the science of snow.
Negative 35? Is that wind chill or is that absolute temperature? Holy what?
Yeah. Wind chill. Okay, but still,
that's, I don't know. The absolute was negative. Negative 22 is still way too low. Yeah, negative 10 is the point of no. So, first of all, like, it's not a good sign that we have to talk about that. Yeah, not a good sign. Nature is not doing okay. Not doing okay. Used to be more mild, now is not. Don't love it for nature.
gonna move this down because I'm gonna burn my arm out doing all of that reaching up. So we're gonna scoot this down. Yeah.
Yes, now there's so much more of me. Yes.
Um, yeah, that's too. Uh, so yeah.
Hello. Hi. Look, you can enjoy all of my outfit now, and you can almost see her shirt. Almost see my majesticness. Almost. Not quite. Make it go down further.
I mean, my knees do need to fit though, because I am a human being.
Fine. Fine. How is everyone doing?
The air is too dry at -10. The air is too dry at 0, I would say. There's a lot of things that are too much of something at 0.
Yes, I'm playing Desk Limo. So I have an important reminder for everyone. As a puppet and representative of puppet kind, the Muppet Show comes out this week. It is extremely important that you watch it in real time. Please do that. Please send the signal that we need more of that, because this is like one of the worst timelines, and they need very little provocation to just not make Muppet things. As we've seen, they've made lots of cool Muppet things that got canceled. So basically you have to watch it immediately to let them know that we need that in our lives. And they just had the premiere last night, so it's time to light the lights. Be prepared, check the date, get in there, watch it. Please do this as a service to me. Queen Sprinkles decrees it. Yes, I am a Miss Piggy fan. Who is not a Miss Piggy fan? Miss Piggy will literally murder you if you're not a Miss Piggy fan. I don't know who's not a Miss Piggy fan. Like, that's not even allowed. It's not even allowed to not be a Miss Piggy fan. Like, it's literally not allowed. Literally not. Literally not.
I wish there were more female Muppets to be fans of, but obviously Miss Piggy fan. She handles what she has to deal with. She does it with style.
February 4th at midnight Pacific. Great. Mark it, deal with it, watch it. You have like maybe 24 to 48 hours to make your point, so figure it out. Yes. This is not a drill. No, there's no beef there. She walked so we could sort of run, but we don't have legs. But, she walked the catwalk. All the things. Yes, no beef, just respect. That emote that you just unlocked has lots of hearts. Did you tell everyone that like your brother now has emotes for your mom?
I did not tell everyone that. That's the thing. So if you're new to my streams, you might not know that like the family that twitches together stays together. And so Vasco the Gamer is my brother. He streams on Fridays and Saturdays. I stream on Sundays. And my mom, Jam Plus, she's just in chat. But Vasco has often wanted to like emote that mom approves of something, and so he just commissioned emotes of my mom. So that's a thing that we have through my brother's channel now, which those are things that exist. So if you didn't see that last time, you see them now. That's a thing. That's a thing. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's at some point I'll probably make like a page on my website that just explains this whole dynamic that we have, because it feels like I give the speech a lot. And lately, anytime I put something on my website, people are like actually paying attention to it, which is a weird thing. I feel like people have not been paying attention to things I do for 5 years. Pandemic happened, put a book out, nobody really gave a crap. But then this past couple weeks, I put things up and people just read them, respond to them. It's weird. Yeah.
Theater Nerd says, so when do we get a Sprinkles approves? Well, I mean, that's a complicated question, Theater Nerd, because do I want people to just wantonly let my visage approve of things? Like, that dilutes my brand. I don't approve of a lot of things.
Yeah, well, I figured you must demolition because you give me feedback on pages I post like 5 minutes after they happen. So yeah, I figured. Yeah, you have Mo thumbs up, but that Mo doesn't have a kingdom to run. You know, like if I'm approving everything left and right, how will anyone take me seriously? So maybe Mo can have more approvals. I need disapprovals. That's what I need. I can disapprove everything. Yeah, exactly. Mo can raise bars. He's a bartender. I disapprove. And I mean, there's a lot to disapprove of. Let's be honest. I mean, what is there to approve of right now? Mm, still thinking. Yeah, that's the point. The Muppets. That's the one. That's the one. Um, but we did survive February despite the universe's best efforts. And that's a lot. That's a lot, especially in the United States. Hmm. Hmm. Uh, so good job to you because you're here. You got out of bed every single day in January. And some days that was a lot, some days that was enough. You fought the darkness and you won, and that is okay. And we're glad you're here. We are glad you're here. And community is all we have. And it doesn't need to be big communities, it's small communities that what getting people through layoffs and unrest and disruptions. So good for you for doing something for yourself, whatever that is, to getting out of bed and finding a little bit of joy, which is me, which is me. I'm the joy. I'm the joy. I'm tagged in this post and I approve of it. Okay, well, I'm glad that. Hi, Jam Platz. Hello. Yes, yes. They're building the Vasco and Jam Platz are in the background building shelves. They're here. They're here. They're just, doing stuff. Um, Krellin said, my state's DA is openly advertising that he will prosecute ICE if they break local laws. Just thought folks might want to know that. I'm seeing a lot more of that. Both states that I live in, both counties I live in, their local like sheriffs have broken with.
Happy Sunday Fun
Oons,
Day.
oons,
Muppet
oons,
Magic
oons.
Wand, Muppet Magic 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 Hat.
Muppet Magic Wand! Okay, well, what we've just ejected the hat entirely. Let's keep trying, Sprinkles. If you can't keep the hat on, how do you expect to keep a crown on? Oh, is the crown back on the table? Well, it will be back on the table if I put it on your head because you'll just fling it on here and then you'll destroy my keyboard. Oh, rude. Rude, yeah. Ah, yeah. So yeah, it was a bit of a rap, wasn't it? Yeah, friend computer laying down the beats. Yes. Uh, and one thing I'm curious about is like, I don't know how to make my sound alerts work. I don't know if I could do it here. If you could just do it when you're on like the Twitch page, but I did re-enable the sound alerts. Hi, Lost Akira. I am back. No blizzards today. No blizzards today. Good to see you. Happy February. Oots, oots, oots. Oots, oots,
Oons,
oots.
oons, oons.
Oots, oots, oots. Oots, oots, oots. Oots, oots, oots. Yes, hi, Lost Akira. Hello. So I did with the sound alerts thing. How do I go to dashboard? I have the extensions set up, and I have I I have not figured out how to. I think it's on like my channel page or something, but I can do test things.
I, Sprinkles, declare shenanigans!
Wait, that's me. I didn't say that. You did. You did it before. You did it before. All of those things still exist. They've been there for years. Uh,
then there was a sound alert for I wonder, this says introduction. I don't know what that one does.
I'm Sprinkles, and I'm the best thing about this channel.
I mean, okay, that's very on brand. Yes, that is on brand. That's true. That's factual. Okay, this one also sounds like it's going to be on brand.
Bow down to Queen Sprinkles.
Yeah, that's This one is an obvious classic.
Remember me.
That's yeah. And then we have this one.
Well, hey there. I'm Mo, and I'm just wishing all of you a great day.
There you go. You can have them all the time. Lost Akira says, "Are we going to see a MFAC reunion? You want to see someone so bad?" Well, that's an interesting question. We would normally say like go to Twitter, but you're not even on Twitter anymore. Yeah, that's fair. It's interesting. Lost Akira, what would you want from one? Like, it's interesting because like I wouldn't know where to put it. Like, if it was to be on Hyper, we'd have to get Hyper RPG excited about doing such a thing. So getting them excited about doing that would be a thing. I'm open to the concept. It's been a hot second, of course. I will have to review where we ended up, of course, since it has been a hot second. I don't even know that all of us are on Blue Sky. Like getting the word out would be challenging given everything, but I'm not opposed to it. Like it has been 10 years. It has been 10 years. But it would take a lot of work. So it would, no, what, I don't have a big enough place for that demolition. The thing about it was 10 years ago, none of us had children or like pets or anything, or lived in tiny apartments because they lived in a different state. So yeah, it's been 10 years. So like, there's not really a solid alternative. I think we would have to do the Zoom thing, which is fine, but we would need a good broadcast option. And it would take like, setting up all kinds of stuff, setting up screens and things like that. And so quite frankly, like for me personally, I'm running a book tour and I am scheduled within an inch of my life, and my employer's having a 30th anniversary and all that stuff. And so I would need to know that like people are gonna want to see it and watch it. So I would want there to be like an audience behind it and backing, and I not me single-handedly running it, because I am basically running my own book tour already, and having to like I just booked an event in London and an event in Ohio, and I'm booking 2 events in LA, and I have an event in San Francisco, and it's just like a lot. So I'm open to it, but I'm also not able to solo organize it, which the things that were in my living room, many times I was the one who was pushing that. Team Mainframe for life. You have good taste. That is good. Yes, yeah. I still use that name sometimes, and it's funny how I've just adopted purple into everything. Like my couch is purple now. My kit bed is purple. Everything is purple. My book is purple. My book is purple. It's purple and yellow. It's even my streams herself this year. What do you mean? You 10th anniversary, you mean? Yes. Yes, it's 10th anniversary of everything this year. It's a big thing. But thank you for being here. It's funny because, there's this whole 2016 sort of nostalgia thing going on social media. And of course, when I go back and look back at my 2016, I'm like, that girl was an icon. Wow, how did I do all that stuff? You did a lot. That is an objective statement. Yeah. So I haven't figured out the right way to post the story of like the couple of days leading into the launch of Corporate Sins, but it was bonkers, right? There was like
the marathon that launched Hyper RPG, and then there was the rehearsal that we did where I think they broadcasted without audio so some people could watch us online. We were in the studio, and I didn't realize Jordan Weissman was watching us while painting Max from behind us. And then I forget whether or not I went to Denny's with the cast that night or the next night. I think it might have been that night. Then the next day we went and we did the full broadcast without chairs, right? And everybody hated that because they thought we were super uncomfortable. We did the 3-hour broadcast, and then I went straight from there to the airport, and I got into and I got in, but I was like, I had my purple scarf, I had my mainframe hair and my makeup. I got on a plane, did red eye flight,
And then you went to Detroit, of all places.
I went to Detroit, and then I I wait, why you both yelled Denny's at the same time? And then because right after that opening night, I had to go and represent Amazon at a summit about Alexa in the car for Ford. And so I went to Ford's research facilities in Detroit, or Dearborn, which is near Detroit. And so like the photos from that point, there's like this period in my camera roll which is unhinged because it's like me taking a photo of myself in an elevator with my mainframe scarf on, and then a photo of me like at 4 a.m. in an airport bathroom with my stuff. And you mortified Denny's on Vasquez channel at this point. Yeah, well, Denny's was where we celebrated having started Corpsins, so there's that. uh and they did I do the Benefactor Beehive hair live on Periscope? Did I do the hair? Because like that was pretty good. But Periscope, RIP. That yeah, you did that's wow. You used to do some get ready with me stuff. That was pretty legit hair. I look at that and I'm like, that was it was not messing around. But anyway, so it's that sequence of things happening, like with me and my dice and the photos, and then getting on the plane and then going, and then photos in the airport, and then like a photo of my badge, my temporary visitor badge from Ford
with the mainframe hair.
And that was just like 1 week in March. And then the rest of the year, of course, you remember if you were with me for Corporate Sins, Shadowrun Corporate Sins, which is the reason that we all got together. Many of you discovered me from that channel. I was taking selfies every week before the show. And so there's just this, there's this like, just so many photos from 2016. And then the other thing about 2016, and I went on a tear in my stories and Instagram about this,
was you were working on the Echo Look, and no one knew you were working on the Echo Look and had no context.
So people who followed me on Facebook were seeing out of context full body selfies with no understanding of why that was happening.
Right, because it was like gray area. Like you were trying to test what it looked like when people shared photos of themselves in outfits to people. So it was like a social experiment. You just didn't tell them how you got the camera's photos.
Yeah, so I had one of the first prototype devices of the Echo Look, and I was testing it. And hilariously, like, so I'm like, I'm trying to figure out like what am I going to post from 2016. I'm going through all my old camera rolls, and I skip past the March stuff because I'm going to do like a separate post about Corporate Sins, and I have to figure that out. So I forwarded a little further, and I got to like June, and that's around when like it was May or June when the prototype Echo Look hardware showed up. And I swear to God, the first thing I did was I grabbed a giant Pikachu pillow and recorded a 7-second video of me going with the Pikachu pillow. Like I'm 100% on brand the entire time I've lived my life. Like that was like I'm doing this super secret like the super secret Amazon stuff. And what's my instinct? I'm like, I need to test this secret. Like there's only like maybe 20 of this camera in the universe. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go grab a Pikachu. And I just kept doing it. Like there's so many photos where I'm like, yes, I'm gonna take an outfit photo, but also Pikachu.
And honestly, that probably diffused people's suspicion because you were posing with Pikachus, and why wouldn't Cheryl pose with a Pikachu?
Yeah, but the photos from the look, so the photos with the look are like deranged Cheryl dancing with Pikachus, then like a bunch of photos of like random outfits from the time, and then I the look moved from my bedroom back to work, and I was taking the photos at work, and then they start like there's a Star Trek run that starts, and so I'm still doing improvised Star Trek, and so beehives start showing up at work, like the most ridiculous ornate hairstyles are just like at work with no context. And I'm like taking extra photos to see like whether or not the background removal can figure out where my hair ends and the background begins. And you know, it's just like normal for me. It's just like my car there's just so much for that year. And then there's like parties because like Alexa like is like celebrating an anniversary or something. Right, right. And then like my desk is just covered in Pikachus. And I had just done the trainer tips Alexa skill. So I was also like invited into the secret Pokemon social club at Amazon, but I didn't have pictures of that, but like I was really leaning into the Pokemon thing. And then my goodbye party at Amazon, like one of my coworkers just came in a full on Pikachu shirt. And like, but then in the middle of all that, there's just this one out of context photo of the partner statue that now sits at the lobby of my current workplace because I did interview at the Pokemon Company International in 2016.
You did?
I did. I did an informational with them for a job, a UX design job on their organized play team. But when I told them how much Microsoft was offering me for Azure, they were like, "We cannot get anywhere near that. Go with God. Here are some parting gifts. It's nice to meet you." And like, and so like I didn't post it on socials because I didn't want it to be clear that I was looking for jobs. But it's just there, and it's interesting. It's clear that like it's not for now because the partner statue is against a white wall, not the 28th floor background with Mount Rainier behind it that it's on right now.
Uh, Demolition says your life's so amazing. I think a TV show would be review is too unbelievable. Someone's too so much to have so many things happen to them and achievement on lockbox.
Well, that was the thing that I was also talking to my mom about yesterday about the whole 2016 thing. Like, let's back up to this time in 2016. I am minding my own business. I work at Amazon working on a secret camera app, or I was working on Alexa, but also working on the secret camera hardware. And I do improv professionally, and I have a group called Nerd Prov, and we play Dungeons and Dragons together. And so we posted a photo of ourselves playing Dungeons and Dragons together because we do the D&D scenes in our improv shows.
And you did like several bumbershoot and things.
Yeah, Bumbershoot being like this big arts festival they do out here, and we always did Emerald City Comic Con, and so we had like a Facebook page. We did not realize that Zach Eubank, the original showrunner for Critical Role, was looking for nerdy groups of improvisers in Seattle and found that Facebook page. And then we got the email out of the blue saying like, "Hey, I'm looking to hire people." You know, I might even be able to find it because like I tell this story a lot, and I'm wondering what the actual wording was because it just. Okay, there we go. I found it. And it wasn't entirely random because uh, we had a former member who was in Los Angeles. It's not in top. Oh, Teen says the top 5 emails you received. I mean, it's yes. I mean, objectively, yes, because life, we wouldn't be doing any of this if that email hadn't happened. So, yes. Hello, wonderful nerd proud people. My name is Zach Eubank, and I received your names from Sarah. I just moved up from Los Angeles to start a new Twitch channel highlighting Seattle as a center for gaming culture. For the last year, I've been running Geek and Sundry's Twitch channel with shows that dealt with comics, board games, and D&D. I prefer to work with improv artists given the long format of Twitch and ability to roll with the punches. Been fortunate to, living in LA to work heavily with UCB and many of their wonderful talent. When I put the word out that I was looking for good improv comedians that have a taste for the geek like you all were the first names thrown back. I'm looking to develop a show around the Shadowrun RPG. The channel is partnered with Harebrained Schemes, and we have Catalyst on board. If you get a chance, you should check out Critical Role to see the kind of content I do for Twitch and how big the show became. If you are all interested in getting conversation started, please let me know. If it's paid work, mind you, and would be a once a week show. Would love to work with a group that have all performed together, rather than mix it up, and hope people jive well. And then there's just like a link to Critical Role in the email. And it's just, I'm still so grateful for the whole thing. But it's so, like, it's so unlikely. It's so unlikely
And then the most unlikely thing is that um the studio was like was like just a shade out of like bicycling distance from my house. Like this whole thing. And then I was like, well, this is really convenient, but also my work is in Seattle. And then halfway through the first season, I I switched to Microsoft, and then literally the studio was like in the center of my life, and like it was only ever like never more than like 5 miles away from me. Yeah, none of that makes any sense, really. Yeah. So it and we luckily we replied we replied fairly quickly, and figured the rest out and found the right people, Lauren and Claudia, and yeah. I, but it was that was January 13th, 2016. That's when that happened. And it was so by this time, uh, by the 6th, I yep, we were yeah. I'll stop reading my email because it's not fun to watch me do that. But it was just very interesting. 10 years ago, this time it was all happening, right? Like we had pretty much we were just trying to cast like 1 or 2 spots in it. It was all unrolling. But yes, to your point, there have been some very statistically unlikely things that have happened. Um, and sometimes things that seem too good to be true are just true. You had just graduated with your associate's degree. It was I believe 12, 15. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Critical Role is it what like they all were they did create something very successful. The reason we didn't like blow up the same way was well, one was, you know, because Critical Role didn't have to compete with anything. And the first mover has first mover advantage. Second of all, Dungeons and Dragons has way more emotional, general applicability to many more people than Shadowrun does. Just a general thing. And yeah, like more of those people had more like connections and things like that. And they all had like promoters and things that were invested in promoting them. Yeah. And so there's all of those things. It's but I still believe in the work we did. I think we did good stuff, and I'm proud of the stuff we did. It's more than what luck than anything else, always, right? Success is timing, it's circumstance. Like I've done really great projects that got no promotion, and it doesn't make them not great. It just means that people weren't ready for them. I've had things that I did years in the past that people discover years later and are like, oh my God. And I think the thing that makes me the most sad is I really loved the interactivity, because so Shadowrun Corporate Sins, we had the 10 the Discord and the 10 corporations and stuff, and I really loved that. I just don't know that we were just a little bit ahead of our time on the integration potential, like being able to like real time like incorporating that show. Like in a way, I think if we had been a year later, we might have done a lot better. Or or if I wasn't working full time and I could have just leaned fully into like the game design of the thing. Yeah, the metagame was cool, and like you really loved a lot of the runs that you had from the metagame. Like if we didn't all have to have day jobs, we all had all these ideas uh for like we like Dan was working on like overlays, dynamic overlays, and like we were working on like there were so many things we could have done. Like I've always been fascinated with this like asymmetric interactivity. Like I ran Cupid on Mute years later for the pandemic. Like this is stuff that's genuinely interesting to me. I just didn't have the time because I was literally was working on the Alexa. I was designing notifications for the Alexa platform. I was representing Amazon with Ford and Sonos, and I couldn't talk about any of that. And this happens, right? But you don't say no. You don't say no to this thing. You're just like, okay, great, bet, sure.
And discovery on Twitch was crap. Like when Shadowrun came out, they didn't even have a just chatting. Like they did not understand what the TTRPG thing was. Like we were so early on that it was still like, wait, you're gonna do a not video game? Like, so we were really early, too early, really. And so Twitch could support one of those things that didn't fit in the system, but to have many of those things was more than the system could probably bear. And Critical Role, like there were other shows that channel had kind of been built, but like people moving to Seattle and their whole livelihood depending on the channel immediately spiking to enough to fund people's livelihoods put a lot of pressure on it that didn't allow for us to experiment, to take risks, to like fail safely. It just had one path, which was succeed immediately or die. And that, so I think we did what we set out to do, which was tell emotionally connected stories. Uh, and that was, and I think like it's funny. One of the most watched videos is my Decker Diary, but like there were so many other things that were going on when the studio was launched that we didn't do more of those. And I think like that speaks to something I deal with a lot with video games,
which is your whole onboarding thing, right? Is the whole um, welcoming people into the fold.
I think that was probably another one of our biggest problems was we didn't spend enough time creating assets and stuff that welcomed people into the Shadowrun world. And Dungeons and Dragons, like there was decades of material like cartoons and culture and books and stuff. Shadowrun was way less accessible, and so like we had one or two videos, but like really to hit critical mass, we really needed to lean in more into like helping people understand what it was. Uh, People don't really engage with football if they don't know what a down is, and what the heck is an edge? What the heck? Why are there so many dice? There are just a lot of things. And to Keen's point, it took lots of years to get a non-D&D category that it split the audience because it wasn't clear if it was better to use TTRPG or the D&D tag. Yeah, there's just it's the discovery. It's a lot. It's challenging, and variety channels are tough because people come for one thing and then they don't know they want the other thing. And with long form, really intense, like 3-hour shows, if somebody's already into one, are they going to commit to a second one? That like really, we were one of the first challenges to the Critical Role model, and nobody, I mean, it's a bold hypothesis to be like, well, you're already committing your Thursday, so why don't you commit the rest of the days of week too? Like it's going to take a lot for a story to be compelling enough if somebody's already invested in one of those. Like the right inflection point would be timing. It would be at near the end of one of those campaigns when people are looking for something else, not at the peak of one of those seasons when people are super emotionally invested. I'm still glad we did it, but timing is a lot. And if you're asking people for that much time, uh, you know, switching is a very difficult thing for people. Like whether it's live service games, same thing. If you're spending hundreds of hours,
Krellin says, I cannot even imagine the mindset of watching Twitch for a specific game and not for the people. That mindset is completely alien to me.
I understand it because, well, because I work on games and stuff. But like, if you are trying to get better at a specific game, often like you'll end up in like a cluster of like, oh, these influencers for this game, like Marvel Strike Force or something. Like I'm picking up skills, I'm seeing what's in, but so it happens a lot in live service games. It happens a lot with where the meta changes over time. For TTRPGs and things, it's okay. That's like story based. Those things are a lot different. A corpse sense show Vox Machina. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. No one's ever going to ask me to do that, but like I wanted to do that from day one, because I don't need to be 10 years younger me to do that. Like I'd love to retell those stories in animated form. I'd love to do that. Someone call us. Let's do it right now. Well, maybe not right now. Maybe wait till the 30th anniversary is over because I'm busy. But yeah. But I'm deeply grateful it happened, right? Just because it doesn't like hit all of your, and here's the thing, right? Like one thing I reflect a lot on right now is had that show blown up, I would have likely just left tech. And well, I mean, that might have been less stressful in some ways, but more stressful in other ways. And there's one thing you wouldn't be doing right now. Yeah, there's one thing I wouldn't be doing right now, and it's looking at this business card. It was a long road, um, but and it was a harder path. But I'm grateful to be where I am, and I don't think I could have gotten here without this specific path, right? Like meeting y'all, doing this, like variety streaming, encountering lots of different indie games and staying connected to video games, even when I wasn't actively doing game development, brought me back to game dev after the Gates Foundation no longer aligned with my values. And, it, it just, you quit my reading of The Birth of Corpse sentence. Well, that's an important historical document. That makes sense. Thank you, Keen. Uh, uh, it's that all helped me get to my point where a video game professor and designer again and stuff. None of that would have been possible without this whole Twitch journey. So I'm grateful to all of you for being here, being on the journey. But if it had just like barely an inconvenience just launched, then I'd probably be doing voice acting or something, and that's not a bad path. But would it have sustained for 10 years, or would people have gotten bored? Would I just be living a life of constantly auditioning and regretting my life choices? Who knows? But you're way more in control of your stuff now. I have, at that point, I hadn't founded IdeaPlats. I hadn't pitched a book. Certainly the idea had not occurred to me to do 2 books, like none of that. So yeah, it was a long road, but we are here. And the adventure is just getting started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just getting started. I just got an email during this session that my first booking for season 2 of Enduring Play, my podcast, has rolled in. So, if you haven't gone and listened to Enduring Play, you should, because I've had my first episode cross 200 downloads, and 4 or 5 of my episodes are past 100 downloads, and it's continuing to gain steam. So is it like the world's most popular podcast? No, but it's doing pretty solid for a podcast that I spent $0 to promote. And and so we're going in. We're gonna do it again, everybody. Season 2. Is it a nano glitter? It's a sticker. It's an exclusive sticker you can only get by finding me at a live event or something. And I still owe you. I'll send you some, of course, Demolition. I still owe you signed book plates, and life has been terrible and things, but I have to go to mailing places anyway. So that's probably what I will do, is go to a post office and deal with that. Yes, because I need to mail like stuff to my lawyer.
Fun adult things.
Yeah, I don't have stamps, so I need to solve that anyway. And I owe some other people those 2 things too. So I just need to do that. I also need to like mail a book to someone in Canada, but it's like super hard to do that right now. Yeah, everything's hard internationally. So I'm going to London in a week and a half, and then things get really interesting. I've never been to, like, I've been a Pokemon fan my whole life, but I've never been to a TCG tournament like my brother had. But that's changing this month. I'm going to 2 in 2 weeks. And we went from never been to Pokemon tournament to going to international championships and then regional championships. So we are solving that problem. And I'm deeply grateful. Yeah, you're never going to shut up about those, are you? Nope. And then Game Developers Conference. I'm going to go speak for the first time at Game Developers Conference. Did I solve the traveling during the Super Bowl thing? Yeah, okay, so So I knew I was going to London the week of the Super Bowl, and I invited my husband to come with me because, hey, I've got a hotel room. Let's go have fun. We wanted to see the we wanted to see what's it called? My Neighbor Totoro in West End.
Yeah, they do like that a lot. They do like the Studio Ghibli.
And Dave was like, great. And so Dave was talking to me like while we decided on dates. And Dave never stopped to be like, hey, we're booking tickets during the Super Bowl. Never stopped. Like, and like that's not gonna be the first thing in my head. We realized it a little later, and he's like, it's fine. It's fine. And mind you, if you've been here for a while, you know that I have been calling that shot since the beginning of the season that the Seahawks were likely to go to the Super Bowl. Why were the Seahawks likely to go to the Super Bowl? Because you moved. Um, yeah. So in the last 10 years, something like so in 2004, I moved to Seattle, and then the next Super Bowl, the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl, but they lost to Pittsburgh, which is a place I had lived prior. Then I basically made a new home with Dave in 2013 when we got married, and then the next Super Bowl, the Seahawks won. We moved to Los Angeles in 2021,
And then Los Angeles won.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did. Then I moved to Philadelphia last year in September, and then Philadelphia won. And so it was weird, right? There was this like sequence of things, and I was like, well, I did a weird thing here where I moved to Philly, and then a couple months later I moved to Seattle. So if there's actual magic here, then the technicality would be the next team that wins the Super Bowl would be Seattle. That's very unlikely, but that's what would happen if this is a real thing.
Anyway, the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. And you could have called that and made your life choices better with your flights, but you didn't.
Because I'm not actually that self-centered, right? Like I can tell an interesting story and be like, that's a thing that could happen, but I'm not like, that's a thing that's happening. You can see that like I still maintain like skepticism.
Until it actually happens.
Yeah, so we did have to move our flights because I'm not going to make my husband not watch his favorite team in the Super Bowl. So we moved our flights, and his were cheaper. Mine was not cheap to move, but I didn't make my work pay for it. I paid for it because that was on me. But yeah, we're going a day later. Yeah, because the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And you couldn't even watch the last playoff game because television networks are dumb.
I hate that. I hate that. Why is it so hard to watch playoff games? It's one thing to watch the local games, but why is it so hard to watch the playoff games? Television is so, and this whole living in two states thing, like the like you need an MBA just to figure out how the two of us can log into accounts without getting locked out. Because it's like, are you traveling? I'm like, that's a really complicated question, Netflix. Could we just watch? I'm giving you money. It's like region walled. Like it's not paywalled, but it is paywalled if you're in certain places, and like the antenna wasn't working properly. Like it was just a whole thing. Like it was a blizzard. There was just a lot of things. You cut your Comcast bill in half, removing downsizing TV, removing home phone. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I while I was looking at all of that, I realized I could get 2 gig internet for cheaper than 1 gig internet, but I couldn't upgrade it during the blizzard because I needed to literally go to the store and get a different router. And you weren't about to start that process in the middle of a blizzard and lock everything out. Yeah, at least we still had internet during the blizzard. Blackouts should be banned. It's like all these advertisers are paying you for advertisement and nobody can watch a thing to see the advertisement. Yeah. Anyway,
What time is it? It's 11. It's been a whole hour.
only
Well, I hope you have fun with whatever game you're playing. And of course, I want you all to remember how majestic I look because this is objectively a sleigh. And I want you to remember that human beings are not illegal and that you matter and that you find community and joy and be safe and all the things. And your constitutional rights matter. So go, if you're in the United States or whatever country you're in, review your constitution or your bylaws and just know them so that when people violate them, you can call them on them. Yeah. Yeah. I don't need to run for office because I'm queen. I'm sovereign. I don't need to do that. Yeah. This voting thing isn't working for all of you. Yeah. Can you share the clip with corpses with the hyper Discord? Sure. It's truthful. Vulnerable but truthful. It's already there and pinned. A good thing I said yes then. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here, Queen. Oh wow, saying thanks. That's new. It's not new. We just sometimes you're just on your way to your busy things. Well, have fun with your games, and as always, remember me. Okay. It's a lot cleaner here in the desk zone because I finally got a drawer where I could put the last stuff that was in boxes. So I'm feeling a lot more zen. Sprinkles, don't tip this thing over. This is where you have to stand it. Don't tell Sprinkles, but her puppet stand is a toilet paper rack, which is actually a really good puppet stand. It's very smart. Has her standing up. It means that she's not like laying down on anything, making her foam all squished. I'm glad you enjoy the puppetry. Is it world-class puppetry? Maybe not, but it brings us together, and that's good. That's good. So, Krellin, you spent the past 2 days helping your parents move into their place so your mother could also feel more zen. And I still need to hang up more stuff, but it's weird being in a place I rent, so I can't just put nails in things. So I've needed to figure out like Command has Velcro to hang stuff up now, and so I've been figuring that out and where I want to put things. Will we have a stream next week? Well, we will because I'm not flying to London next Sunday. Flying on Monday. So, yes, we will have a stream next week. We will maybe end early because I don't know what I'm doing for the Super Bowl and if there's going to be like a work party or if there's going to be a friend party. I have no idea what I'm doing. But given that it's a local team, there's probably something. So we might go early because I imagine people have stuff. But, and then of course, I also need to pack for all of that. There's just so much, there's so much happening soon. And I have so much work. I have been working all weekend. And trying to be available to mentor a game jam in the background, but nobody needed mentoring. But I've had a lot of people telling me like, oh, you should rest or, oh, you should take a break. And here's the thing. I spent my whole life working in technology environments where I just sometimes it felt like I was begging for scraps of agency or influence. And right now, in this moment, I can make experiences that impact millions of people. Why would I want to do something else? And it's taken me a moment to realize that like people projecting their thoughts about what I want or like doesn't change what is the right thing for me. Like sometimes, like it's totally fine that my team wants should work 40 hours a week. And also like I worked my whole life to have this opportunity right now. And the things I don't do now, I might not get a chance to do again. And in many cases, the things I'm doing are very specifically things that I can do, which is an important step in leadership, right? Like, don't do everything that other people can do, right? Like, you need to lead through others. And I can't talk about the specific things I'm doing because that would violate NDA, but there are certain types of problems I've been solving over and over again and writing books about and doing, and those I can do quickly. Those I can help organizations leap years into the future if I solve the right problems at the right time. And so
I'm sort of giving myself the grace to not feel guilty when other people tell me I should be resting. I'm like, no, I should be working on the thing that's going to bring people a lot of joy and community is what I should be doing. I will feel much better later when that's done. That's where we're at right now. It is too much opportunity, and opportunity is not a lengthy visitor. It is a good problem to have. But it is the moment we are in. And that's just work. Also book. Like the the launch was kind of quiet and like the sales numbers haven't been great. But and then also in the last week, I've booked 2 talks and I recorded a podcast, not mine, someone else's, and I have 2 other podcast leads, and uh, there's other talks on the horizon, and I'm like, what? And then there was the whole. I created a LinkedIn newsletter on a whim, and now have almost 1,000 subscribers, so that's all happening, and so it's like, I mean, yeah, I could dink around, but you work your whole career to make a difference. So the game is making a difference. I'm gonna keep doing that. And then I will play some like mind-numbing match 3 games to shut my brain down in little breaks. But other people's idea of what I should do to shut down or like is not the thing. Have those podcast talks helped you in my own ideas or designs in making future podcasts better in the creation editing process? I mean, some podcasters refer me to like software and stuff, and I'm definitely evolving how I do recording this round. I haven't settled on what software I'm using. I might be experimenting with a couple different suites, but um I think me doing my podcast makes me a little bit better of a podcast guest because I'm more on it, like with responding to their stuff, and a little bit better about rambling. And it also makes me a little bit like being on podcasts and seeing the podcasters who've been doing it for a long time and seeing how they cope with it. Like they've got their system and they've got their Google Doc where they do all the like prep and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm going to crib from that. I'm going to do those things. So I've gone from like scrappy, do this once to like, okay, how do I learn from the people who have been doing this for like 300 episodes? What systems do they have in place to cope? And how can I make that work? The biggest problem I have is scheduling because I can't expose my personal systems to my work system. And so trying to coordinate scheduling passes is really painful because people who are self employed could just be like, book on my calendar. And I can't do that. I have to like cross reference and pull slots out and do, which is very much why there's seasons. Like, if I were self employed, we'd just do it on a rolling basis, but I'm not. And I'm not looking to be anytime soon because there's lots of reasons to, but it means that it's very overhead to do the things. Anyway, let's do a game or something. Steam library. What do we got? What do we got? New to library. Oh, so we installed it there, but not here. Rude. Let's see. Well, the game I was planning on playing is not. Oh, well, see, I have Gigabit wired. We're good. It just installed a gig. That was very fast. That was very fast. Yeah, the wired internet in my other house, my Pennsylvania house, is not working correctly. Like we paid a bunch of money to have wires run, and they're not. They are failing. We're gonna have to have the wires run again. But I'm gonna wait till I get my bonus. I'm gonna find a different company. At least they've run the pipes this time, so hopefully it won't be that bad. But so we're gonna try. Demo she got us the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood and recommended it. So we're gonna try this. So let me switch to scenes and this one, and turn on the controller, and that's the correct screen. We will do the stuff.
Valentine's Day is in 2 weeks. Oh, it's these people. I like them. They do good games. Do I have a Valentine's Day tradition? Honestly, missing the forgetting the Super Bowl exists, and then scheduling plans around it, and then experiencing the Super Bowl in weird locations. That's the Valentine's Day tradition. Dave and I have experienced the Super Bowl in New York. We've experienced it in Orlando. We've experienced it in bye, Keen. Thanks for being here. I think I broke it. See, the controller, I don't know, is a good match. Eternal void, heed the words of the prisoner. Beg of you, send me a ghost to break this eternal isolation. Hear the chant my mentor once forbid me to recite. That's a beautiful song. Feels great to be awakened again. Who are you? That is large. Wow, that is a large thing. My name is Fortuna. I am a witch. Why did you summon me? Oh, let's switch to bottom. Although I don't know that's going to solve it either, because... Oh no, we're out of there. Because I would rather lose my pride than my sanity. Sounds fun. Tell me more. I was condemned to exile by the leader of my coven. Today marks the 200th year of my millennium-long sentence, and I can't take it anymore. I need your help. What do you use as a clock? That's not the question I expected him to ask next. Is he a clock salesman? Humanity's cradle, planet Earth. Oh, 200 human years. That's quite some time. I feel you. I had been in prison for 5,402 years before you summoned me. Isolation can really do a number on you. I'll help. I shall become your familiar. Thank you, Abramar. Now, get comfortable. We're going to seal a contract. First, let me express my gratitude. This feels like going to a car salesman. I am really thankful you freed me from my cosmic prison. Oh, of course, you're welcome. Is something the matter? Not really. It's just that after all the reading I did about behemoths, I didn't expect your behavior to be so mundane. Mundane? That hurt. Oh, I mean, you're still intimidating, but I always pictured you speaking in archaic poetry or something like that. Ah ha 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 ha. I like you. I like you so much I'm gonna let you pick the terms of our contract. You'll still have to pay a high price for my magic, though. I'm well aware of that. I won't back off. Alright, then let's begin your training. The ceremony is 5 days long. Let me know when you're ready to begin. Right now. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Ha ha ha. You're already my favorites. The first day is the easiest one, an interview so we can get to know each other. What is your specialty? I am a fortune teller. Oh, one of my favorites. Would you mind doing a reading for me? I can't. It's part of my sentence and banish my tarot deck. Donna is the leader of my coven. Wow, you must have done something really great to get exiled and deprived of your magic. I foretold the falling of my coven. That's not exactly
wrong. That's just, you know, truthful. Bleak, but how are visions your fault?
After my premonition, the coven was consumed by despair. Many witches came to me for counsel to prepare before the end times. Idana didn't like that. She holds supreme authority in our coven, so she decided to exile me to this wandering asteroid. Our leader determined that even if all covens must fall eventually, advertising their demise only pushes the catastrophe forward. Idana decided my power posed a great danger to the peace inside our coven. She concluded I had to learn to reason inside it, instead of relying exclusively on my gift. So I was sentenced to meditate for a millennium deprived of my deck. Since I'm here, I decide you don't agree with your leader's judgment. She was afraid of my influence. Many of our sisters put their trust in my advice. I'm sure that hag thought I was undermining her supremacy and decided to cast me out.
You sure sound sour about it. Would you kill her should you have the chance?
Well, that escalated quickly.
Isolation didn't get away your mercy yet, I see. Okay, I will help you recover your powers. Will you help me get a new tarot deck? I love that like the tarot is like there's no Amazon, there's no stores. Like, tarot? No. I mean, tarot's cute, but it's too human-centric to grasp the hidden truths of the cosmos. I mean, he's not wrong. Tarot is it's limited. You will create your own deck.
My own deck? I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Shh. Shh. Leave the details to me. That is what these 5 days of training are for. You're going back to witch school, Fortuna. Where's my owl? For this training, we will review the 4 basic elements of magic: air, water, earth, and fire. Oh no! Don't worry, it will be fun. Plus, you'll get to seal a contract with me for each of those energies. Now get some rest. Tomorrow, we will start with the invisible energy, air. Lesson 2, context. Context is everything. First day of school, are you nervous? To be honest, I'm just happy to be able to hear something other than my own voice. That's cool. Today we're going to talk about air. We're going to focus on what will be useful for creating our own divination deck. Air represents the invisible, the negative space, that which includes everything. Air is the collective subconscious energy within a community, its ecosystem. Air is everything that surrounds us. Air is context. Exactly. Master your air, and you will acquire unparalleled awareness. There is power in knowing one's place. Even when isolated, you are one with the cosmos. For the first part of our contract, we will seal our air energies together. Yes, please! As I promised, I will let you decide the nature of every seal. You just need to answer a question. But be careful. Your answers will affect your fate dramatically. The air seal. How do you want to be feared, perceived? Ready for an ego trip, eh? I'm on board. Inspiring adoration will allow you to gather support from many, but be careful you don't get overthrown by your idol persona. Well, it didn't say I want to be adored in concert. Can I boost my mic a bit? I can also turn the music down. I understand. Allow me to seal our air energies together then. That speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, that looks suspiciously like a die. That hurt. That felt good! Redefine your words. Pain spectrum. Bye, Dan Platts. Au revoir, William. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Yes, I
feel it, but I also felt like I was tearing apart. Well, girl, I am a behemoth after all. What did you expect? You know, I had to go to the hospital on Friday for my medieval medicine that I need to survive because everything is dramatic with me. And it was weird because I got I was there at like 7:30 and it should be like abandoned, but it was super busy in the parking lot and I had to drive super far into the parking garage, and I got into the far corner of the parking garage, and the car I ended up parking next to was also Pennsylvania plates. I'm in Washington State. The odds were low, but they were not zero. I did talk to my spirits and was like, look, friends, I need to explain to you that during this procedure, it is good for the blood to go out of my body. You need to stop stopping it. It is very painful when you do that. And when I explained that, it went great. That, and I now need ultrasound technicians to find my veins. Those two things combined, it was okay. It went well, but it's galling that like most people think they to like donate blood, they just like walk into a van to do a blood drive. I literally can't do that anymore. Like they can't get it out. Like they need an ultrasound technician. Like, am I Wolverine? What? How I don't. Very calm. Now focus on that bit of air energy we unlocked. We're going to use it to create our first card. I notice you have a ceremonial coma of the witchcraft's basement. Yeah, just whatever the heck that is. Head over there and I will teach you to create cards. Okay. Oh, is that what that is? I like that they banished her to an asteroid, but they gave her like a ceremonial altar. An enchanted opera house that magnifies the emotions of anything it's hung inside its chambers. Here you'll acquire magic images that can be used to craft your cards. 3 types: spheres for the backgrounds, arcana for the main figure on the card, and symbols to add some magic pizzazz to your compositions. They all cost magic energy to summon. You can only acquire air type elements, but you can go ahead and browse the grimoire to savor your future. Quicksand graveyard, pleasant moonstone. The road back is lethal. The road ahead is unknown. Nomad Sky Caravan. Magical post office. Quickest ways to send letters and parcels. No way to tamper with it. Well, I did just make a joke about singing, so I feel like it's the opera house. The Harpy Herald is a harbinger of newfound paths. Shaman, they grasp a blur of the ideas. What other? It's not very many others here, are there? There's just those two. The Harpy Herald. And then a symbol. A trumpet. A blatant way to announce your will and desire. Many detractors, but no one is able to ignore its sentiment. Wings. We'll do wings. Okay. Oh, so I really do need the mouse here. So this is quite likely going to really hit at my designer brain, isn't it? I want to flip this. Okay. This goes to the back. Yes. Turn that, send it back. What's interesting is there's this one wing here, but there's not a matching wing. This one needs to go to the front because that seems fine. What if it has like little... Nah. I think the angle is weird. Could do that, I suppose. And then flip that. And like little wing shoes. And then put that back. It's interesting. It's like doing a perspective thing, I think. Or maybe not, but I think there we go. I know you can move the background, but it just happens to kind of look like it's sitting on the thing. Like, I think it's sitting on this little ledge, and that's fine. We'll do that. We made a card. The chambers of the opera house make all meanings resonate through every context. They save knowledge. They remember crimes. The ether wings elevates the arcana for everyone to see. A hurricane of air energy will stir luck and call for the unexpected. Guide, discovery, justice, predestination, luck. Well, we like luck. Sure. It'll make sense when we try our hand at reading them. Yes, I think we should wait to try to read them until we have at least 2 cards. I do think that the reading right now would be a little one-sided. You must be tired. Go to bed and review the fundamentals of air. Tomorrow we will unlock your water. Like, when we unlock my water, let's make sure we don't, like, break my ceiling when we do it. Thanks. I have some issues with water. I will make you happy, I promise. He didn't talk about... He talked about the contract, but he didn't talk about the price. Do not be afraid of it. Become his master. Lesson 3, emotion. Oh, Fortuna, each day me cometh to teach us thee, for brief is just the cause most eternal of thy grief. What are you doing? I thought I could get more in character to satisfy your expectations. I'd rather focus on our studies. Oh, come on. You're not the only one excited about being able to talk to someone after eternal imprisonment. Loosen up a bit. Only familiar with charm are we studying today. Ha 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 ha. Colors me, aren't they? Ha 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 ha. Stop. I give up.
Now come here and teach me your magic. Okay. Let's begin today's lesson. Water represents substance, meaning the hidden nature of things. Water comes in many shapes: purpose, desire, willpower. Water is everything that lives inside of you. Water is emotion. It's a good synthesis, yes. Master your water and you will have the key to any heart and soul. Power and empathy and self-awareness. Water isn't my forte, but I understand. Well, what is your forte? Yeah, I noticed that. But don't worry, I am here to support you. Wow, he's like reading us to filth, and we've only known him for like 2 days. Now, for the second part of our contract, we will seal our water energies together. Yes, please. Again, you decide. Remember, your answers will affect your fate dramatically. I know. The water seal, what is your innermost desire? You know, look. Here's like my real read on this. Normally I would say knowledge, but in a world where the power is held by people who are destroying with it, I kind of want to go with power, because if we only associate power with evil, then only evil will take it. And we end up with what we have. It's already a powerful attitude. No witch is unaware of the burdens of power, so I guess you're prepared for what it will bring. I have a question. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? When will the contracts we've been sealing become effective immediately? I mean, they are etched into the cosmic will. With the knowledge, with the old chestnut of knowledge, power rings true. They are etched into the cosmic wheel as we speak. In the time it'll all come to you, and you will be pretty aware of the moment they're delivered. I can tell you one thing for sure. They'll come in the same order we sealed them. First, you will get your adoration. You'll notice how people idolize you. Sometime after, you will gain access to the power you seek. Then whatever we seal on your earth will happen. And finally, in the distant future, you'll pay the price we agree on with flares. The price. We didn't agree the price. Seal the second contract already. Brace yourself. Ah, my bones! Woohoo! Girl, you got power! I just hope this torture is worth it. We'll be happy. Can I make a new card now? Yep, same as yesterday. Go to the basement. Mint chocolate chip is usually a favorite ice cream flavor, but like fudge, caramel, or cookies and cream are also good. Javlana Paijoshi, that's very easy to say. Pierce these lands so deep, the planet is always bleeding lava. That sounds so fun. Waters of they're forever boiling. Most profound emotions. Great, love that for us. The home of a water deity that collects every letter that was never sent or never got to its destination. Witches can purchase this lost knowledge in exchange for unedited poems or beautiful shells. War is meaningless. Well, I like that one. Because, yeah. Jade monk statues guard the souls of every member of the planet. If you bring the heart of a deceased jade witch, she can be born again as immortal, retaining her memories, but not her skills, and is reborn much servants for the living witches of their coven. That seems weird. A cursed cocktail bar that takes the soul of whoever owns it hostage in exchange for supernatural abilities to read into their customers' souls. These ones are weird. I think I'll go with, like, all of them seem challenging. This one, like, unlocks hidden knowledge, so we'll go with the shipwreck library. Seed of knowledge absorbs the sentiments of her words. When the tale is narrated enough times, a minor behemoth will appear. Wolf Mother.
now wanders the cosmos, adopting orphaned magical creatures. I kind of like this one combined with the story nature of the card I just made. Like, it feels like the card tells a story about rewriting history. Its contents are sour because it pours the unshed tears that get dead. Next! No, thank you. They say it only makes traitors bleed. There's only one and has been lost since they used it in the trial they got it on and expelled from her former cupboard. Okay, next. Whatever secret you confess, the Minister of Secrets will keep anyone from spreading it. The spell will break if the eel dies. These are lovely. Yeah, uh-huh. 1 glass will make you happy. 2 glasses will make you horny. 3 glasses will make you honest. Mirror that shows the reflection of its owner. You can't lie while looking at it, so witches use it to find out if they are fooling themselves with halflings quite often. If you seal the eye of a snowcat in a glass doll to come to life and protect you until it shatters. I think it's the Verdus mirror for me. I think that this one needs to go to the back. Actually, I think what would be cool is if this is hanging here. It's all these other things that are hanging. I don't know what this is. Seems like it needs to be rotated a little bit. There. Can I resize this? No. Send that to the back. So now we have all 4 of those. I think that needs to flip. It's a creepy rock. What does this look like in the sky if you like make it bigger? Yeah, I don't like that. Deity in the shipwreck scrutinizes every secret. The love from the wolf mother is infinite. The mirror dispels what isn't true. A flood of water can unleash hidden potentials. Mercy, wellness, communication, peace, power. Interesting. Not bad. Interesting. Now come upstairs. I'm going to read the cards for me. There's 2 cards. You know what they say. Time for some divination. I wonder which of the cards we'll get.
You guide me through this. Okay, so a card reading with just 2 cards. Well, we need to test if this really works, so I'll do a new reading and confirm on the spot. I'm going to read your past. Oh, that's bold. I like it. I'm ready. It's been a couple of centuries without my deck. I may be a little bit rusty. Just enjoy it. You're among friends here. Okay, it's going to be a very simple reading. I'm going to draw a card and place it on the spot to read it to your past. Here we go. There's only 2 cards, so... You served many witches in the past. Is that true? When I read you were exiled thousands of years ago by the founders of it. That is correct. Thousands of years, but tiny fractions of this universe age. Recollection of my existence may begin with your coven, but I have served many witches from this universe, and that universe came before this one. Sure, other covens keep records of different myths about me, but I'm considered forbidden knowledge in most magic societies, so I doubt witches will ever get the full picture of my behemoth nature. Will I ever get it? The full picture? You should leave that human husk first. Your organs aren't prepared to contain or withstand some truths about this reality. Ooh, spooky. Hey, I'm serious. I know, just wanted to take some wind out of your sails. What was that? I felt an energy surge. That is your deck harvesting energy. Whenever you do a reading, you'll harvest magic akin to the cards you drew. Fortune telling will be your main source of energy once we seal our pact. Alright, the cards work. They work like a charm, I must say. You're a gifted fortune teller, my friend. Thank you. I really missed this. I almost forgot how exciting it is to dig into the secrets of the cosmic will. I'm so happy for you, and I am so thankful I am. Haha, we're just getting started. Now go get some rest. Tomorrow we'll make another card to do some more divination. Abramar has been betrayed many times in the past. What do you plan to do with him? I don't know, have a party? Today's lesson is about Earth. It's a mess. This is a powerful one. Weren't the other ones powerful as well? Well, of course, but this one is pure potential. Literally power. Okay, glad to see you excited. Let's begin the lesson, please. Okay, Earth, how can I sum it up? Earth represents determination, empowerment, everything that pushes you forward. Earth is grounding, support, source, but also direction of your force. Earth is your drive, Earth is strength. That's it. But bear in mind, it doesn't only refer to your capabilities, but the support of your allies. To master one Earth is to be aware of where to look for potential, not be drunk on one's power. Motherly love, loyalty, sisterhood, those are also forms of Earth energy. Now, for the third part of our contract, we will seal our Earth energies. What do you want to become the main source of determination? Well, it's not conquest. The thing about it is, like, in this life, maybe love, but where are friends here? Like, as a player, I'm like, I don't know if I can pick love. There's no friends. They abandoned her to a rock. Like, if I'm this character, it's personal growth. Because I am abandoned on a rock in the middle of a void. Mystery asks, have I met Felicia Day with your Critical Role stuff? So I was supposed to moderate a panel. Well, I did moderate a panel with the guild back in 2010, and Felicia was supposed to be there, but she got sick and couldn't come. So I came real close and didn't, which is ironic. So we've never had the chance to meet directly, although I've met her castmates from the guild. Very well. Now I will seal our Earth energies together. Get ready. The power! I love Earth contracts. I almost bombed with this one. Yes, Earth has a lot of presence. I've seen other witches puke right after sealing it. I'm one of the tough ones then.
Oh, you bet you are. You have been the first one not to cry during the ceremony. Although we still have fire to seal. That one is painful even to me. You can do this. Only one to go. Now to the fun part. Let's make a card. Let's make a card. The walking is so slow. Like, she has the world's tiniest house. And yet. Pleasant Prairie. Before magical enslavement was forbidden, along the last coven of the Jade Sculptors tasked 7 major demons with carving a gigantic temple out of a moon. The unspeakable dimensions of the temple make the witches who study inside its halls aware of their insignificance and enhances their powers through humility. A humble wooden dock cursed by a heartbroken witch. The legends say that anyone who parts ways with someone and sails away from this dock will never meet the one they left behind again. Gem's Skull Belt. 13 skull-shaped rooms out of an asteroid belt, all connected by ivory walk bridges. The rumors say these chambers turn a witch's words into energy and allow them to communicate with extra-dimensional beings. Star Trek, yes? Astral... Wait, no, that one was Behemoth that hides behind the moons of planets which harbored undeveloped cultures like the solar system's Earth. Puts myths from other dimensions inside of mortal minds to guide and protect them. Yep. Asteroids are astral bodies with a destination. When an asteroid is born, it's written in its core when and where it will crash. They bring fire and change. A cane carved out of wood from a sacred willow makes grass sprout of every hole it pokes on even the most arid soil. What is... Coven of the Jade Sculptors. Whoever walks a path blessed by a Jade Roadkeeper will be free from thieves and predators. Protects a warrior from their ankles to their eyes. Iron Golem, servant of the Forge planet. That's what we're doing. This is interesting. I mean, the thing... What is this? First of all, that's... Scale. Oh, I see. What if it has like... Hello, Vlastelin. Hello. I'm Shirley K, Funny Godmother, and we welcome you to the Magic Mafia, our organized joy syndicate. How do I flip? We do flipping that way. Actually, how about I delete that, and because this looks like a little punchy punch arm. Give that there. And then this. Make that a little bigger. I mean, do I want it to be floating in space? Or do I want it to be on the bridge? Or maybe standing on the skull. I have to live with these cards forever. So this, you know, this game is for designers. It's a lot. Let's do that. that a leg? It's something. It's a little horrifying. This needs to flip and scale. And maybe just for funsies, one of these, we're gonna flip this. We're gonna scale it. We're gonna rotate it. Where is rotation? There we go. He's a real charmer, that one. Then this thing. I don't know. What is this? Is this supposed to be like a head? We're fine. It's not my best work, but it's fine. Not going to favor this? No. We are not. Hi, Ice Bunny. 1 month down, but you wait for the 17th so you get the horse energy. Yes, it'll be good to get the horse energy. Arcana are blessed by the power of the gem skull belt. They can channel a power trip. The iron golem is powered by sheer determination. Excessive earth energy can lead to immobility. Determination, rightfulness, guardian, ego, and difference, stagnation. Okay. Happy 2026, Ice Bunny. It's been a while. Good to see you. There's a huge Dungeons and Dragons nerd cruise now with her and a few of the... Oh, that must be fun. Any ideas on what to read next? No. I'm going to read your desire. I want to find out what your true intentions are. You want to expose your teacher. You'll give me no quarter. Do your worst. Want to make a difference. Oh, I get to pick these. You're deeply depressed. You yearn for peace of mind. I didn't realize you could pick these. Of course, who doesn't want to change the universe? Most people I know would be happy with affecting their community. Many others are happy enjoying their passions, rejoicing in little details. To want to alter the whole universe sounds a bit like delusions of grandeur. Don't you think? Well, I mean, he is grandeur. He's massive. It's a matter of scope, Fortuna. Behemoth's relationship with time and space is substantially different to yours. To rejoice in little details for me may mean altering the fate of whole covenant. A decent project might be to change the course of history. It sounds dangerous for us lesser beings. It's the meter in the upper right. It's my reserves to make new cards and deck. Yes. Why do you assume my plans will be harmful to anyone? Can't I dream of, I don't know, spreading peace throughout the universe? Do you? Well, no. It was just an example. What is your dream then? I don't know yet. For now, I'm busy trying to figure out how to break the cycle of being summoned and cast away. I think I'm going to draw another card. You're quite a difficult character to read. I just can't tell what your deal is. In addition to your desire, I need to ask, why do you behave like this? What do you mean like this? Hey, letters, yay! Please, Magic Mafia, ready your wands and welcome with a ample supply of magic, our raiders, to the organized joy syndicate, the Magic Mafia.
you just came home from 11 days of family drama, then you do need that horse energy. I think we all need that horse energy. We do need things moving and getting resolved because we have been in this limbo of terror for too long. Shh, let the cards speak. She's shushing him again. Shh, let the cards speak. Sign. You want to be my friend. You are trying to seduce me. You feel need to make your superiority clear. I mean, I feel like from his behavior with the like, I like you, it feels like that one. You want to be my friend, you crave my approval. You don't mince words. That's just what the cards said. In any case, it comes as a surprise. I never would have pictured a superior being like you needing validation from someone like me. I wouldn't go as far as needing validation. It is true that I would love to be friends. I'd like you a lot. Well, we only have each other now, so aren't we friends already? Nah, doesn't feel like it yet. Do I have a friendship bracelet? I don't think so. Oh, that's cool, Letters Yay, that you played this. I'd say that we're partners now at best. But I trust in time we can develop a beautiful friendship beyond common interest. Or at least, I hope you don't just dump me after what you get out of the contract. Do I smell abandonment issues here? Is there rejection sensitivity? I knew what I've been put through. I'm all ears. I'm not in the mood. Not with that attitude of yours. You asked me to read your fortune. It's not my fault if you don't like it. I just find it amusing to see the forbidden behemoth of legend dealing with such mundane problems. Hey, personal relationships are far from mundane. They're one of the greatest energies in the cosmos. Air and water, remember? True, sorry. Went for the kill for this reading, didn't you? That's my divination style. If we don't dig into the intense stuff, we might as well just have a normal conversation. See, I won't get bored with you. I'm the one that needs some rest after today's session. Go and review what we've studied so far and get ready. Fire is the last seal and also the most trying of the energies. Okay. Have a good lunch, Letters Yay. Thank you for the raid. Were I the leader of my coven, how would I have punished someone for having summoned Abraham? Well, I'm not in a coven if I'm in the middle of a giant asteroid black hole, am I? So, to exile suffice, would you be able to forgive something like this? I don't know. Ready for more? Yeah. How have you found the ceremony so far? Do you want to review any elements before continuing? No. It's pretty basic. What's the matter? You're not as chipper as usual. I'm sorry. Fire is usually my favorite lesson, and it marks the final step before our contract becomes effective, which I'm looking forward to. I have a bad feeling about this. That's odd. Based on your act, I thought you enjoyed the threat of dire consequences. Oh, I do. That kind of adrenaline is my favorite thing in the cosmos. But look, you're right. I better stop dwelling on silly worries and focus on training. I'm just moody for some reason. It's not silly. What do you say we look into it with our cards after we finish today's session? It's one of the perks of being summoned by a fortune teller. So true. You're on. It'll be a good challenge as the final test for this new deck. I need you sharp for the final lesson. Fire it is, then! This element is usually feared by most, and you're by those with ill will, but fire is more versatile than most magic practitioners think it is. Fire represents adversity, battle, everything that is against you. Fire is challenge, intimidation, the fuel of every battle. Fire is your wrath. Fire is conflict. Don't just dwell on the negative aspects. Conflict also means growth. The only time fire is bad is when you're on the losing side, and even in defeat, there's a great deal of growth. We are the living example of that. Master your fire, and you will conquer anything the cosmos throws you. To tell you the truth, I'm more intimidated by water. I'm actually quite fond of fire. Maybe that's why we get along so well. Now, the final contract. What will you sacrifice to access my magic? Immortality. I was not aware that I had it. won't be able to live in space anymore. I have to go down to Earth and live among humans. Do you want to reconsider? I mean... neither of the other two answers are good at all. I mean, the lady who ran the coven was very against me, but the other people were innocent, and the one I love the most, that's not great. So, you know, we're doing this thing, and besides, the world is on fire. Why do you need to live forever? After 2 years after losing your brother, people think it's okay to come out of the woods and tell you all the gossips, and how it's just not... I'm sorry. People keep dumping into the center of the trauma circle, and that's not how it works. You will etch your decision into the cosmic wheel and pray it doesn't break you apart when time comes to pay the price. Brace yourself. Can't breathe. This pain, it burns. It's breaking my atoms apart. I love it. Help me, Fortuna. Well, living forever is a curse. If you can ossify both yourself, like, yes. This like the opening sequence. Wake up, Fortuna, wake up. I thought I wasn't allowed to live in space anymore. What happened? Sorry, I had to wake you up. You've been asleep for a couple of days. You dropped dead after we sealed the fire contract. Awkward. I thought it might be too much, so I let you rest. I had the weirdest dreams. Oh, what about? Can't remember, but it felt premonitory. I feel bad for waking you up, but you have some business to attend to. Look at the window. You've got a visitor? That falcon, it's a familiar from an arbiter. Arbitrage office is an organism composed of former witches unaffiliated with any coven that assures no witches operating outside the laws of the magical pact. They also rule over conflicts between different covens and rarely interfere with internal affairs. It was founded about 4,000 years ago, so it makes sense that you don't know them. Why were they created? Well, both the Arbiters and the Magical Pact were created after an especially bloody witch war that ended with our coven burning 87 witches inside of a white star. Brutal. To avoid future atrocities, some witches vowed to stop using magic and focus exclusively on keeping the peace. In the beginning, it was a group of devotees who wanted to avoid tragedy, but nowadays it's mainly composed of outcasts that have to serve the Arbiter's office as a lifelong punishment. It's gotten a lot bleaker since I was last put to sleep. This all happens before my time, but I'm more afraid of having witch wars than witch cops. What do you think the Arbiter wants? Maybe they noticed I summoned you, or that I died. That's impossible. My arts are untraceable. Then there's only one way to find out. Let's invite her over. Sure, I'll make myself invisible whenever you get a visit. Also, you have some energy pooled from sealing the fire contract in case you want to expand your deck before inviting the Arbiter over. Does the Arbiter know that I'm not allowed to do magic and thus having a giant deck might be a problem? Okay, plus I still owe you a reading, right? Don't worry about it, there'll be time for that. Okay, but you're not off the hook. We'll look into what worries you eventually. So I could escape you. So slow. Bye, Mystery. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great week. Happy February. Magical cemetery for the witches that tampered with time. The quicksand absorbs the bodies and turns their souls into heat. Enchanted grasslands. Earth sediments wake up and transform into bone demons. Dahlia hunts them and uses their bodies and innards to craft ceremonial knives. Amazing. War is meaningless.
pilot from the Machina cult. Coven of the Machina cult erected these steel golems according to the instructions detailed in the scriptures. The Beldam automata handed to her coven after returning from a 70-year-long trip into a black hole. Duchess of Solace, a fairy, a fairy that offers her services as a dominatrix for sorceresses lost in lust. There's a lot going on here. Born from the imagination of mortals and extinct because of their greed, dragons were known for keeping treasure and grudges. I feel like this goes with the war. It's the dragon and the asteroid and the war place. Eh. Okay, we do that. Then this horror, we make the big chest here. I think I want this to flip. And then I want this to rotate. And then that goes there. And that also needs to go back. Layer depth, back. This one needs to flip. And then it needs to rotate. It's too big. Back. And I need like a tail piece. Which one's the tail piece? This one's the tail piece. That one goes this way. I'm gonna take baby dragon, but this one needs rotation because it looks like it's the same angle. This one needs to be bigger. Yeah, you know, give a designer tool set and then this happens. Yes. It can have arms. It should be smaller because it's in the distance. And then back. There we go. I like the star. Okay. Well, no, I don't like that there either. I like the star, but I don't know what to do with the star. I think that's what we've got. What did we get? War distorts all feeling. Those hated by the dragon will wither away. The asteroid foretells imminent tragedy. The overstimulated fire energy becomes a cleansing power. Death and rebirth. I built my own tower card. Sabotage, adversity, rejection, bad omen, change, rebirth. Every tarot deck needs one of those. Bespoke artisanal tower. Exactly so. Exactly so. Now we need to go talk to this thing. What am I looking at? It doesn't even have eyes. Like, what have they done to this thing? Dear Fortuna, my name is Thea, and I write to you from the arbitrage office. Your personal situation caught the attention of my superiors, which tasked me with reviewing your case. I would like to interview you regarding your exile and write a plea to your covenant's leader to revisit your case if we judge the punishment to be excessive. What do you mean, not yet? Thanks for having me. My name is Thea, Arbiter Badge 210. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate the office paying attention to my case. I've been isolated for 200 years so far. That's precisely why I'm here. The Arbiter's office recently discovered your situation, and we were worried it may go awry for the community. Excessive punishments beget rancor and a 1,000-year-long exile. That's the perfect recipe to build up a lot of bad blood. And we all know what a witch can do with a surplus of bad blood. But I am here. Did you see that? Did you see that? That we all know what a witch could do with a surplus of bad blood, and my light turned itself on and off twice? Everything's fine. Let me know about your case, and we'll look for a way to make you feel better. Feel better sounds like you're going to give me a lollipop. And what's interesting is the way the haunted light works is not usually blink, 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 blink. It's usually off or on one way. That was a very distinctive, like, I'm gonna play. Like the spirit was literally like, yeah, we know what a spirit which could do with bad blood, can't we? Like, okay. What explains the delay? Did we... As I read this sentence, the stream reset on your end. It's fine now. Really? I don't know how I feel about that. Like, and I see the drop I see there's 597 drop frames. Why? It's a wired connection. The light is not smart. It has no connection to the internet. It's plugged into a random USB. Like, look, I'm not a paranormal investigator, but it's really weird that, and the thing is, like, sure, a legit power surge thingy, but it was happening at the other apartment in a different setup at that sentence, right? Should clip that. We should clip that because it is haunted. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Because it's just haunted. I guess I need to figure out which element that seems like air. An air haunting? Adana told me that you predicted the fall of your coven. She explained to me that she didn't punish you for that. She punished you because of how you handled it. Apparently, you plunged the coven into chaos, giving ill advice to any wish, telling them to prepare for the end times, and those actions almost destroyed the coven before its time. So she decided to exile you and deprive you of your deck so you can meditate on the range and meaning of your powers. Now, that's the official version. I'm interested in what you have to say. Do you think what you did was wrong? No. Premonition that grave should be disclosed to the community. Well, what we've not discussed is whether or not I went to Adana. Yeah, it's USB, and so this one is through a powered Etola hub, which is then powered, like, it's the only thing powered through that hub right now, because I wanted to isolate it. So it has dedicated, like, it's a single USB thing into a powered hub that has like a dedicated drop to AC power. It's not even powered through the computer. But then even if that was true, even if that was happening, how would it disrupt the internet when I'm not running wireless? Super weird. Because, like, my gameplay did not get disrupted. It's not like my monitor flicked out. Bad blood buildup, of course. What would you have done then? If the end were nigh, you'd like to know, right? Have to act as a neutral party. Next question. Do you think your punishment is fair? Absolutely not. This is way too excessive. How are you coping with centuries of isolation? That's something I'm supposed to reflect on while exiled. It's a pity because I would love to have my fortune read. Anyway, before I leave, as an arbiter, I'm obliged to ask anything to confess. Actually, I'm crafting a new deck for divination. Oh, wow, that's bold. I don't think what you're doing is illegal. Donna took your tarot deck from you, but she doesn't have authority over your new creations yet. I'm sure she won't be happy to hear it, though. You don't need to report to Donna, right? I trust in the office neutrality, of course. Unless you break the magical pact or it becomes relevant during a trial, we won't discuss sensitive information for our investigation. In any case, what I'm crafting is the tarot deck. It's something new. Oh, really? Can I see it? Would you like a reading? Arbiter, it is my duty to make sure that your new project doesn't break the magical pact, so I would love a reading very much. Yes, it'll be my pleasure. Is there something you want to ask the deck? I want to know what's in the future regarding my career as an arbiter. Very well. I'm going to draw 2 cards for you. The first one to look for opportunities and good omens, and the second one to warn you about possible challenges and adversities. Would you prefer not to know? No, please go ahead. All right, here we go. Night Sphinx. I have experience in ringing catastrophe bells, and it doesn't bring any good. The higher ups know and no one else, and keep my name off the record if you can. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'll protect it. He'll make an important arrest. It'll be someone from my coven, going to play a crucial role in future politics within the witch community. It just feels so manipulative to say, like, oh, you're going to arrest someone from my coven. We are a neutral party. Maybe it's something that falls into your line of duty. Maybe your splendid job in an art editor puts something much shape and back on track. That's great to hear. This is all speculation at this point, but what the cards let me see clearly is it's specifically you who will play a crucial role in the future. What if I'm the one who triggers the war? I don't believe that's it. This is a reading for the good, remember? I'm confident you'll have a positive impact, whatever it is. Believe in yourself. Stay vigilant and proactive. That's the spirit. But what do you think of my new deck? I want to be adored. That was amazing! And a bit scary, but mostly amazing. Thank you. Your gift could be a very valuable asset for our office. It's a crime that you're imprisoned here. I shouldn't position myself in such matters, at least not that strongly. In any case, it's an objective truth that your skills are wasted on this forsaken rock. Yeah, in that you have to weigh the choices and the energy gained, right? Like keeping things balanced and stuff. That, yes, I definitely saw that. And so Demolition says I'm diverting from Demolition's game. So that's nice. And it makes it a streamable game, right? Because the choices are all different. There's lots of agency in the game, which is very cool. Choices here in the order, chosen choices, cards made, and your thingies that pop there made different choices. Outcomes. That's cool. Now, what was your outcome? Now, as an arbiter, I can't simply overrule a down sentence, but I'm going to lift the ban on visitation. You can really do that? I just requested a permit from the main office. It'll become effective as soon as my arbiter's notebook gets updated with a moon stamp. Arbiter's forms are updated in the master grimoire as soon as my pen touches the paper. All of what I've written so far is already in the office archives. Girls sure are efficient, aren't you? I mean, efficient. Look at all that purple fur, yeah. There are witch covens all around the universe. We can't afford to be traveling back and forth to the moon temple all the time. Makes sense. Blunk. And it's official. You can now receive guests on your cute asteroid home. But I can't live here, because I'm mortal-ish. Teehee. You deserve this. I'm just happy to ease your pain. Thank you so much. I'm just doing my job. Do you want me to let your coven know? Just let Jasmine and Talia know for now. I'm not ready to go public yet. It's been 200 years. I understand. I'll send a falcon to each of them. Thanks again. I should be going now. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and thanks for the reading. You got fire war like you, so she'd help you in time of conflict. Interesting. Even if it was so ominous. Whoosh. Where's my friendy friend? Boop-a-loop. Where's this road? Are we on a road trip? No way. You're shitting me. How do you know where you count? So ladies are having a good time.
Oh, they're having a very good time. Okay. Does it always happen like this? Oh, the conversation you... Oh, right. Okay. Theory about what's upsetting us. Alicia, activism. Guess sometimes I can be a bit too passionate. Being somebody around somebody so fundamentally good. Vegan, only consume local produce, wear repurposed clothes, volunteer soup kitchen. That's not much of a sacrifice. It's just working about your habits. Okay, I get it, but I never asked Alicia to do all those things. It's not your fault, but I couldn't be happy eating Burger King wearing leather boots next to you. I'm sure their relationship was more complicated than that. No, she's dead right. She just couldn't stand those goody two shoes. Look, the sea! It smells so good. Let's cleanse all the stuff from the city. Always so corny. What are we talking about here? This does come out of nowhere. I'm gonna start preparing dinner. Do you feel like pizza? So is it a food truck? Do they run a food truck together? Or is it just like a camping vehicle that always pizza? Oh, there's a pizza mini game. Okay. What if they don't like mushrooms? It sounded like that there was like a vegan in the group. So I don't know if I should put pepperoni on. It's interesting that they've got arugula, because arugula is a very divisive concept. These are olives, right? Why would we have... Well, is the mozzarella's not vegan, is it? It's a weird pizza because we don't have anything. It's just tomatoes and veggies. So we're just gonna like put enough mushrooms on here that it feels like a pizza. His brain is now trying to think about the most degenerate pizza possible, like just one olive or something. Yeah, like, you know, it feels a little bit like, you know, I don't talk about Pokemon games very often, but we do need to talk about the sandwich making game in Scarlet and Violet, because like that was degenerate. It just, it didn't always feel like it was hinged, connected to anything. Would I eat this pizza? Well, I don't need cheese, but like the thing about it is like what binds the pizza together. It's more of a flatbread at this point, yeah. But I do like mush. It also depends on like what kind of olives they are. But like I don't hate this pizza. It's just you know, I probably like this pizza more than most people. I would appreciate it if they were Kalamata olives, not black olives. I don't really love black olives, but vegan friendly. Something magic about this dough. Is it that it's vegan? Having a sister that owns a food truck. Thanks for the pizza and the ride. So thoughtful of you to make one without cheese or meat. I wouldn't call it pizza, though. It's just some nice bread with tomato sauce. And they do like tomato bread in Spain, so really it's Spanish tapas. You can't stand meat on pizza. Interesting. Interesting. Jesus, think of this. One day, someone will invent vegan cheese or something close. Is this supposed to be in the past? I mean, vegan cheese does exist. It's like cashews and stuff. You could ask for it from the shooting star. How long until the meteor shower? Could start any minute now. What are you girls going to be asking for? We're not supposed to tell, are we? Want to become a better person. Don't bother sweet talking me. I can tell. I can see it reflected in you people at the office. Okay. Yeah. You can work on your empathy. They swing back and forth between hard talk and I love you quite a lot. Pair of being sisters, and that's all that is too. Want to save the world. Can't really be that selfless. Makes me really anxious. Even with everything I do, no matter if I recycle, consume critically, go to rallies, or donate part of my income, the world always moves in the wrong direction. It's true. Can't fight who's ever in the driver's seat. I want the stars to help me not give up against impending doom. Now that's a mood. Sorry, Eva, would you like me to help you figure this stuff out with my cards? I was thinking about your tarot deck all day, but was too shy to ask. You know I enjoy reading. So are we going to use our old deck now? Even if what we find is something terrible? World's fate. Your actions. Is this going to be real tarot cards? Yes. Hermit. He holds the patriarch's staff. And sad, but also beautiful. You'll create homes. You will feed the hungry. Your foundation will give many people a second chance. Kind of world you're going to be healing. Okay. Temperance is not a bad card to get in the fate here. It could have been a lot worse. Overpopulation will leave most of humanity to live inside computers. Like, one of these is objectively way better than the other two here. Unsustainable and massive domed cities. Space travel. Like, no, it's that one. We're gonna do that one. Your grandson will prosper on Mars. You're just messing with me. Cake or death. Now, you know, someone had asked about tarot, right? There's nothing inherent in the tarot that talks about space, right? The tarot starts conversations. So it is whatever this character's inner voice is that's telling her that this is talking about space. Like, knowing that the question is about the future of a burning world is what's connecting to those things, right? And sometimes people don't tell you what the question is, and you're just kind of prognosticating without context. And a lot of times that is how it goes with a reader, is you don't tell them what the question is that you ask the cards, and they just kind of read generically. And there are set sort of layouts that are like the obstacle, the past, your emotions, the possible future outcomes, what other people are bringing to the situation, and so you can give that kind of context to it. But there's nothing about like, you wouldn't say like every time you see temperance, it's space travel. That's not how that works. you can find symbolism there, but and it's like maybe some people would be like, oh, because it's an angel, I see space, but it's not how that works. Many animal species will perish in time for this is just straight up channeling at this point. Stop, just stop. You're messing with me, right? I swear to you, this is what the cards are telling me. It's not just the cards, it's whatever else is happening up here. You're usually more vague, like there will be an see, exactly. You're usually more vague, like there will be an opportunity to develop yourself, or you're just face challenged. Now you're like channeling. See? I'm channeling my visions of what's happening in the game about 5 seconds for when it's happening. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Maybe it's the energy of the meteor shower. Some planets we don't know about that just aligned over my deck. And I have had that experience when doing readings for other friends. Is like, I will do a general reading, and sometimes they'll be like, "That's really creepy." I'm like, I don't know why that happened, but I see it as clear as I can see your face. This is the fate of the world. So about the foundation I'm supposed to create. What's its role? Will we stay to pick up the pieces? Cards didn't say. Great good for many people here on Mars, that's for sure. I didn't expect the cards to be this wild and specific. I'm so sorry. There's just 2 of them. The other thing about it is I imagine that the way the game is built right now is that these were always going to be major arcana cards, but tarot has major and minor arcana cards. Major arcana cards are usually like fate and big things. And they have these numbers on top, that like 1 through something, and then there's minor arcana, which are more like it's like face cards in a playing card deck versus the pip cards, and so if you were dealing a full deck of tarot cards and you got just major arcana, you'd be like, oh, this is a big deal, whatever this is, versus minor arcana cards are more like day-to-day stuff. Although there are a couple of minor arcana cards where you're like, oh, well, that one is a little bit, you don't love to see like the 10 of swords, which is the minor arcana. They go from 1 to 10. 1s are always beginnings. 10s are always like the most of whatever that suit is. There are 4 suits, much like playing cards. What were playing cards inspired by? You know, and each of the numbers has its own meaning that's applied across. It's like a matrix applied across each of the suits. If your prediction ever comes real, my grandchildren will think I've lost it when I keep telling them how my friend predicted all this through tarot. We built a tarot custom deck and shadow on the players could draw from. That's fun. You're aware that you just totally screwed with Eva's head, right? Didn't mean to. Usually the distant just feels like fiction, prophecy or not. What about you? Now that you know the fate of the world, what are your plans? I mean, my first experience with tarot was somebody doing a reading for me that I didn't realize was in love with a guy that I was also in love with, that I ended up dating, and the tower showed up for the first time. And the 10 of cups. And it's like, I look back and I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And that person gave me a deck, and that deck that they gave me was always very spicy when I tried to use it for myself. Yeah. I love space. I would love to leave this planet. Maybe I'll get to Miss Mars. So did yours deal with space at all, or have we just completely jumped the rails? Like, I don't think so. Fortuna told I have bone cancer in 50. That's really irresponsible. Like, there are some things, like, I mean, to earlier in the game, though, like, none of this is documentable. None of this is something, like, you can't just go telling somebody that, like, you're gonna have bone cancer in your 50. Like, I mean, yeah, if it's gonna get people to go to the doctor, okay, but, like, what? 100% away from you, even what we sacrifice is different than mine? Okay. So how ever get to reach the stars? It's horrible. Why did you tell your sister? Yeah, exactly. Dared her to read as far as she could in the future, and to never read to anyone's end ever again. Felt a terrifying presence lurking beyond my vision. If I could keep reading on death, then I'll never forget that. Okay, but that's at that moment my fortune-telling skills were enhanced in some way. I've never been wrong since then. And that part is unrealistic to me too, because time is not pre-written. Humans are a mess. Free will is a thing. And so you can't, like, read the future just like cold dead reckoning, because it's more like like honestly the Marvel Loki sort of messy spaghetti universes thing is the most accurate thing. Like things change all the time. It's a probability matrix. Things become more and less probable. It's like the Doctor Strange thing with like this is the one outcome of all the outcomes, right? Maybe we can fight magic with magic. One thing that is true about at least this planet is free will exists, and we don't do great with it. And that causes a lot of things. Let's ask the shooting stars to fix the scary future. Since it's just the three of us on this beach, I already told you what I'm going to wish for, so I'm okay. That's why games with choices, Citizen Sleeper, and Talos Principal Disco Elysium really resonate with you. Please, stars, save the world from the fate Fortuna foretold. Make Fortuna wrong! Give us a chance to make it right. I mean, the space thing isn't bad. It wasn't like she said the world's going to burn. Stars, please make my sister happy. Help her find whatever she's always been looking for. Hey, weren't you gonna wish to become a better person? Nah, that wouldn't suit me. I'd rather use my wish to take care of my little sister. That means you're a good person already. Oh, shut up. Don't ruin my cool moment. Come on, Fortuna. Ask them. Speak from your heart. It doesn't matter. Please tell us. Where's your mind? What's the thing you want that's so wild only the stars can give it to you? I want you to be happy. I know there is something else. I smell it in the sea breeze. I keep seeing it in the dance of every flame. When I look at my cards, I can tell that magic is real. Everyone's always reminding me of how childish I am. I don't want to be a woman. I want to be... ... Is that Santa Claus there in the window? That wasn't so bad, right? That arbiter seems nice. I feel like she genuinely wants to help. It's not a vibe you often get from magical authorities. So bold of you to go ahead and confess your crafting a new divination deck. This deck isn't going to be a secret for long. Better to count on the sympathy of the arbiters early. Good point. Happy to know I'm in safe hands. Should we do that reading? You have mail waiting to be read anyway. What's the matter? Are you scared? Ha 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 ha! Yes, I am. I've had other beings read me the cards, the stones, the bones, the pendulum, but what you do doesn't feel like fortune telling. It feels like you're tearing the cosmic wheel apart. Your readings are too deep and too sharp. But that level of insight is something desirable in a seer, isn't it? Absolutely. You're the best I've ever seen. But exposing oneself to your arts feels so taxing. I'm happy, though. It's been ages since someone stirred fear or unrest in me. Happy to bother you, I guess. Happy to bother you. Ha 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 ha! Sure, sure. Don't let me keep you now. Seems like you have friends eager to meet you again. It's the Santa Claus thing up here. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Ah! Fortuna, this is great news. I'm dying to see you, girl. Say the word and you'll have me coming through your... Not yet. It's true? Can you receive visitors? How have you been? Okay, I need, like, cards that don't foretell doom would be great. Is there any way to speed up the world's slowest staircase? Dahlia the Daggersmith. The forbidden behemoth was once imprisoned at the core of this red hypergiant. The bone marrow of the fallen beast burns for eons. Eons, so their forges are always alight. That's a lot of those things. These all cost a lot. Avian Dancer sounds fun. Unnatural crimson flames enlighten the dark paths of the mind. Fire whip of dominance. Eyes for the night, pain for the wraith. Witches that specialize in hunting magical beasts often turn their wands into rifles. These weapons are able to shoot any magic spells sealed with inside a sapphire bullet. So, what are we going to do here? I like that. This thing. I need it to come up ahead. Hands aren't really useful for this, but okay. We're not shooting the birds, though. I can't grab these. I don't know what this means, but you try something silly like give the guns to the birds. I mean, I do like that. Can only have one gun in the scene, huh? It's like, hey, birds, hey. Let's see how this goes. Provocateur. The prairie grants a space for meditation, so it's good we brought a gun. The sprite's exotic motions are fuel for the vicious. Impish and mischievous, they can lure misadventures. The rifle is loaded with angst. Justice, judgment, test, temptation, rejection, bad omen. Okay, well, I don't love bad omens. We need more good omens. Never-ending vengeance. I don't know what this one's gonna do.
Yeah, my lines are more dark. I don't know if it's some of my choices or what. Maybe power. Wonder why there's a switch. This one doesn't seem too bad. There's flowers. This one wants to flip. I give him a little flower at the base too. I think we've used almost everything. I don't know why this stick is here, but we'll put that stick there for reasons. I'm gonna put another bush here, just off center here. Hopefully this one's not also bad omen. The White Sands curse this card. A magical harvest is meant to be shared. Harvest build communities. Not every seed of the oracle is benign. The wear poison. Red flame from the candle leads to disgusting discoveries. Everything's going great. Super great. Let's bring Jasmine in first. You ready to get wrecked, Jasmine? I love you. I love you too. I thought you saw descendants of 8 centuries ahead of you. How in the cosmos did you manage to stop Nadina? It was an arbiter that took pity on me. Or, well, I think she was awestruck. Either way, she lifted the ban. Wouldn't dare go against Adina's judgment, but keeping you from receiving guests is punishment for all the coven, not just you. You're just too precious. I missed you so much. How did I miss these last 2 centuries? Shut up! You tell me about you! There's nothing here. It's nothing pretty. Isolation can take you down some dark paths. I'd rather hear about the outside. Okay, okay. What do you want to know about? I am perfecting the art of enchanted Chanyu, also known as magical tea craft. I've always loved your plants. How did you focus on making tea? Well, I spent centuries becoming intimate with all kinds of flora. I wanted to start contributing with something more practical. I developed numerous dyed mixtures, all harvested from my own personal garden. Ha 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 ha. Basically ideal in magical herbs. You can brew creativity enhancers, mind openers, astral projectors, summoning channels. I'm quite popular inside and outside the coven now. I feel more confident than the Jasmine I used to know. I'm happy for you. I'll bring you some tea next time we meet. How's the coven these days? Powerful, I'd say. We're growing beyond the scale of any other covens, both in knowledge and in power. Though it's becoming more and more demanding to keep up with Adana's direction. She set up a system where we all have quarterly performance checks. So even in magic, there's a corporation. And that's made us all grow exponentially. Other covens are trying to imitate our system to stay competitive, but some witches are having problems staying in the game. If you accumulate too many low performance reviews, you get expelled from the coven. I love the options.
Does this happen to everybody, or did I just manage to stumble on the corporate? Because oh wow, I managed to find the corporate. I'm sure you won't have any problem keeping up with the elite, I guess. I feel bad for all the sisters left behind. That sucks. We should trust in her direction, though. She's the oldest. I'm sure there's an important plan for all this. Obviously, being the oldest makes you the most qualified. Witches from our coven are extremely well regarded everywhere and don't have any trouble finding nice reposition. Is this just all like a metaphor for tech? What? This game is haunted. It's a good constellation. You chose F and got a backlash? Okay. Well, I thought you didn't enjoy gossip. I didn't, but I've been incredibly bored, so that's wonderful. Romance. There's always plenty of that going on. The highlight is the centuries from maybe losing humor to realize that you have to move more love more openly and intensely. She has 12 lovers. Shut up. She's changed a lot, although she hasn't accepted any new students after losing you. Hey, stop saying she lost me. I'm alive. I don't need the kind of lecture she'll have pent up after 200 years. Okay, soon, I promise. Listen, I have a deck. Is it safe? Is it unlike anything we've ever seen? It's not tarot per se. Every card has been handcrafted. It can pierce deeper and more clearly than any kind of oracle cards. Oracle cards are basically just tarot that's not tarot. Plenty of people create divination decks that aren't tarot, and then they sell them. I know you don't like this breaking the rules. She banned my tarot deck, but this is something different. I don't know, but you're exiled in any case. What harm could you do from so far away? I won't tell you. Do you want me to read your fortune? Yes! Oh, it's been so long! What was the last thing I asked you? How to make an arbiter fall in love with you? Oh, shut up! Oh, God, you're right. I totally forgot about that girl. I wonder what she's doing right now. Asking me for fortunes. More pressing concerns. My magical garden isn't doing so well. It feels ill. I can't figure out what the problem is. What's wrong with my garden? Since we're on the topic, I want to know the fate of my flowers. Will they survive this illness? What's in store for my project? Well, I know where that one's going because it's like the one good card in my deck. You'll bury yourself in your garden and assimilate it all. You'll become a magical entity able to grow any kind of plant from your body in an instant. Your guardian will become the key to survival of the coven during extremely gruesome. Able to grow any kind of plant from your body in an instant. I don't know. Which one do I want? Will bury yourself in your garden and assimilate it all. Interesting. I don't really want to make the coven super more powerful, so I want to give her power. That's good. It will all make sense when the time comes, but I don't want to lose any of you. Why do you say that? I'm perfectly fine being friends with the... Why do you say that? I'm perfectly fine being friends with a magical entity that can summon any kind of plant. I'm looking forward to it, in fact. It was a shock, but I guess it doesn't sound so bad when you look at it that way. Everything will be fine. Donna cursed your garden. She is testing you in secret to make you stronger. Jealous wish is sabotaging you. Someone who visited you. What do I need? That's all red. Your pride is poisoning the soil. Success has made you arrogant, and your garden is suffering for it. Poisoning the soil. Well, I don't know. Inanna doesn't seem like my favorite, so... But then that gives me a bunch of red stuff, and the red stuff is all the stuff I don't want. If I want any good cards, I have to read some not red one. How can you say those things to me? I'm not the one who... I know, it's a message from the stars. I'll never get used to spurting the heavy stuff out of the blue. I guess you're right, as you always are. Time for me to do some soul searching. Flowers are sensitive to witches' egos. This all makes sense in the cosmos. So, Bose, you're being too egocentric, and you're going to absorb all of the flowers to become the ultimate plant ego. So, figure that one out. Do you want to keep digging? That's all right. Enough emotions for today. I don't know how I'm getting by without your guidance for 2 centuries now. That's because you're badass, which my deck is only good for knowing in advance how amazing you're going to be. But that's all on you without divination. Fortuna, you're too good. I missed you so much. I missed you too. I need to go back to my garden now. But I promise you, I'm going to make up for all the time we lost. See you soon. Bye. Thank you for coming. Congratulations on not getting terrible news for my deck. How do I save the game? I'm just going intuitively with these now. So it's a grass harpy. We probably want to be... It's fun that we're underwater. But we have this grass cane thing. So this one needs to come out front. This one needs to come out front. I don't know what I'm doing with plants. Maybe we need to move. Maybe it's like a metaphor for like growing underwater. Make that bigger. I don't know what this thing is. Maybe she's a messenger. Flip. This one also flip. Really don't know what this one is about, but I hope it's not Doom. All the flowers. Yes, it is 1 p.m. If I want this to move forward and backwards, there. Don't be a bad omen. There we go. Courage, alliance, communication, peace, support, success. The ever-boiling sea of tears grants access to the most profound emotions. A message of resilience, a cry for the need of peace. The herald can be an ally in many contexts. The sacred cane blesses the landscape. Sacred cane. I know things about canes. Grave of the mermaids. But it's cool. We put flowers on the grave, so we're honoring the mermaids. It's a good card. How do we save the game? Look at the thingy? What do you mean, look at the thingy? It's weird that it doesn't save after you do cards. I know, it tells me when I last saved, but it doesn't let me save. Like, there's no save action. Well, I guess we gotta do one more thing. 'Cause I want that card. Fortuna! Fortuna! It's me, Dahlia! Yes, yes. Fortuna! It's really you, I can't believe it! I'm so happy to see you. What's up? Tell me what you've done these past 2 centuries. Can you believe it? I swear to you, she's gonna pay. Slow down, please. Oh, sorry. Bring me up to speed. There's nothing. I'm stuck on a rock. I wouldn't be able to stay locked up and isolated. I would have gone after Donda to be killed or be killed. What are you saying? You're stronger than me. 200 years and you're still standing? I don't know anyone stronger than you. That's nothing kind of stronger. But I am here, ready to go out with a bang. But you didn't go yet. Sure, you got plenty of pent-up energy. Got your own deck? What do you mean crafting? You're making the cards? Well, what else am I gonna do with my time? Play bingo? Then I summon images of cosmic arcana and energy symbols, and I compose the design of the card with them. The meaning of the cards vary depending on which energies. Sounds crazy cool. Show me your favorite card. Well, the deck is too green. Show me your favorite. Sure, this one. Grave of the Mermaids. What a name for a card, and I love the art. This is already cooler than your old tarot deck. What does this card mean? These cards are harder to summarize than the tarot ones. For example, this one could mean courage, alliance, communication, peace, support, success. How do you know which meaning? Context and instinct. And you never doubt yourself? How can you tell you're making it up? It's natural to second guess yourself when you're a student of divinatory arts, but I left that phase behind long ago. Back when I was a mortal girl. A prediction of mine has never failed to happen. Not a single time. I even foretold that humans would leave Earth and start conquering their solar system. And I did this almost a century before it happened. Read the cards! Don't you want to catch up first? This is catching up. Show me what you've got. So she's like, you're on a timer. You're over your broadcast limit. Okay. I want to know how you've been for the last 2 centuries. I can tell you that myself. I don't think you can. We like to ourselves by nature. I bet I'm not the only one that'll learn things about you. Except with one condition, we look into your past too. Cosmos brought me here to make you all feel alive. What can I say? This one makes sense for me because I am stagnated. I've never tried to read into my own past. Maybe I'm not supposed to. What a bummer. Well, I've got nothing. You can call off the reading about you. No, a deal's a deal. Do your worst. It's weird. You forced a Jin Jagger to kill a Dana. You got beat. You got falling out with Jasmine. You're a mother now. You had a son with a shaman warrior. You've been plotting to leave the coven and you found your own clan of warrior witches. Ooh. Falling out with Jasmine and you just recently patched it. These are interesting choices. I don't want the red one. So it's either the mother or the warrior witches. Oh, you should become an arbiter. Straight to the most problematic issue. This sounds really dangerous. How deep in the plan are you? Pretty deep. Haven't got to the point of no return yet, but if I snap my fingers, there's a good lot of witches ready to fight our way out. I was guessing everything in front of a minister of secrets, so there's no risk of the word getting out until the day comes. I discovered it. Now you're the only divination freak in our coven, and I know I can trust you, because I'm stuck on a rock. But please try not to hurt yourselves or anyone else on your way out if it comes to that. Not even a Dana? It'll be easier if you try not. It's all right. You're so cute. I love you. No, that's enough. I got a hell hand it to you. Congratulations. Still trying to get the hang. Can't wait to witness what you do once you reach your full potential. It's going to be scary. By the way, I have a favor. Thing is, it's not for me. A good friend. It's a bit of trouble. I wonder if you could help with your deck. She's a witch architect. She mostly works asteroids and wandering moons into temples. What wandering moons into temples? What do you mean, like walking moons into temples? Like a guide? Yeah, witch. Sure, I'd love to meet her. I must promise. She tried to summon the behemoth. Ha ha ha! We need to keep all this from Adana's ears. If the coven learns about it, they'll tear Gretha to pieces. Last time I checked, the punishment was comically raised her. What's your stance on this? I want to protect my friends, of course. Happy to hear that. What kind of behemoth did she try to summon? Well, to protect me from its influence, she didn't give many details. Tried to summon a builder behemoth to help her craft a special altar out of a titan skull or something like that, but since an architect, their essences were so similar, the behemoth got entangled with her own being. They fused. She hasn't even let me see her since the summoning went awry. Oh, this sounds great. If she's desperate, that's why I'm coming to you. Your deck may be the only hope for her at this point. What is the deck going to do? She can't stay hidden from the coven forever, and when they find out, I don't even want to think about it. I'll help her. I'll do everything in my power, I promise. Thank you, Virginia. I must go now. I'll tell Gretha to write to you, and thank you for the reading. You're the best, and I love you, and I'm so happy to have you back. See you soon. Not awkward at all. What a heartwarming reunion. I didn't take you for the intense friendship type of character. It's all because of them. They're just too good and don't mind bearing with a weird like me. I'm sure they experience the same kind of attraction towards you. I wouldn't say it's charisma. It's something more primal, like how mortals can't avoid staring at a flame. You woke up poetic. What kind of childish question is that? Indulge me. I'm not asking this just to annoy you. As your mentor, I consider this an important introspection exercise. It'll make your divination better. Don't pretend to be all wise now. I know for a fact that you enjoy just spilling the tea. I'll give you a cop-out option. Just play along. What do you like? And why do you like? She's pure and straightforward. She felt transparent and truth. That may be why she isn't as attractive to me as you are. Pure people are a bit boring. Friends aren't there to amuse you. I have my ways of mentoring. My plan is to save the game. It shows him and it impacted him. Interesting. Interesting. Well, thank you all for being here today. Let me go full screen. We went a little bit over, but you know, saving is saving. And we will be here next week. So it's Super Bowl Sunday. So we might end a little bit early. It depends on what plans are, but we'll at least have a little bit of sprinkles action. 2 weeks from today, we will not stream because I will be in London. So you can always find me on the various socials, LinkedIn. You can't find me on X anymore. I deleted that. But you can find me on Blue Sky or LinkedIn and all those things. Thank you all for being here, and stay safe. Enjoy your February. Until next time.